Good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Information Group team, and we are talking tonight about finally making it to the weekend. And yes, this is a long holiday weekend where we're going to be watching some changes that are moving in, and we started experiencing some of those changes over the past couple of days with a few more clouds building in, the relative humidity levels coming up just a little bit, and watching some areas mainly on the south side that have been dealing with some rain. There, though, have been a couple of areas inside the perimeter tonight that have actually picked up a couple of those isolated showers. They didn't last long, didn't have any thunder and lightning with it, they didn't impact a lot of people, they were very small, and that's just kind of what we're going to be dealing with over the next few days, with nothing really widespread moving into our area. This weekend is definitely not going to be a washout, but you just have to be prepared through the weekend to potentially have to dodge some showers here and there. Take a look right now at radar and also the satellite imagery. And we have a few clouds around. A lot of us have clear skies with no clouds. We have some of these clouds to the west, a few of these on the north side, and also a few of those clouds on the south side as well. And then look a little bit closer in the city, and even though we're not seeing a lot going on, there were a couple of areas a little bit earlier where we had some rain that was coming in. This one to the east of the city, not too far off from the Decatur area and the East Lake area. We had this shower that just developed and drifted down to the south and fell apart as it was getting closer to I-20. And then also, look at this one here. Just a little blip that occurred right around Sandy Springs over the north end of the perimeter just a little while ago, and then that is all gone now as well. So that's really just all that we're seeing is just these little showers that kind of develop and rain themselves out, and then they're gone. Most of the shower activity that we have seen today has been along I-20 and south of I-20, and right now, even there, we're not seeing much going on. We had a couple of those isolated showers that popped up earlier around Griffin. We had a couple of them over in Coweta County, some down in parts of Heard County and Troup County. Meriwether County had some earlier. Now most of the action, and again, this is very light and very spotty, but we do have a few of those lighter showers here between Macon and Columbus. And then also earlier today, we were watching a better coverage of rain that was over parts of South Georgia. And this is where that stalled out front is located there in parts of South Georgia. And the thing that has been so frustrating about forecasting into the weekend was trying to figure out if this front was going to start moving back up toward the north, and if it was going to move far enough to the north to give us substantial rain coming in. The computer models were not in agreement at all this week. In fact, one of our models was saying that over the weekend we would have over 4 inches of rain. Another model was saying we would have maybe 1/4 of an inch of rain. Now those are kind of coming together a little bit more now, and I'll show you the European model coming up in just a little bit that's showing maybe 1/10 of an inch here in the Atlanta area, and that's the same one that was saying over 4 inches for our area over the weekend. So most of the rain is staying down to the south, and we just don't think there's going to be a big push northward of a lot of moisture. Now there will be some, and we will have the potential for just a few isolated or scattered showers, but it is definitely not going to be a washout out there heading into the weekend. So take a look at this. This is our tower cam from the DeKalb County area, just right over the DeKalb County line there at Arizona Avenue, looking westward back toward the city. And yes, it is dark out there, but you will see that there are a few clouds that we're dealing with right now in the city, not particularly thick, most of them not giving us any rain, but I pointed out a couple of those that we were seeing. The one near Decatur, the one up near Sandy Springs that just kind of popped up with a couple of isolated showers. This is our tower cam there at Northside Hospital and Georgia 400. You can see the King and Queen building. Now what you see here, a couple of raindrops on the lens from that shower that I just showed you on the north side of the perimeter. So you can see how right there, kind of a little water drop on the lens. And if you look down at Georgia 400 here, this is Georgia 400, and of course you've got 285. This is the big interchange right there at Northside Hospital. And look at the lights that are reflecting on the road because those roads are wet from that shower that just moved through just a little while ago. But the rain is pretty much over for them now. But we still have, again, some of those raindrops on the lens and the wet roads that we're still dealing with as well. So, and that was a very isolated shower there up in parts of Sandy Springs. And then this is our live camera in Athens from downtown Athens. I've zoomed in really tight here so we can see at least just a little bit of Sanford Stadium. That's the big sign right there at the bridge, right there at Sanford Stadium. The bookstore, Tate Center right over here. But you can see the red lights are on at Sanford Stadium tonight, getting ready for tomorrow's game, 3:30. Marshall will be in town, and a lot of folks are excited to go to this game. It is the first game of the season as college football is starting. Georgia Tech playing tonight against Colorado, but they're out in Colorado too. So here's that forecast for Georgia. Now, I've had a lot of questions from people because our forecast has been so uncertain, and really the models have been going back and forth. And if you are looking on your weather app or something, you may have seen what looks like a washout for the weekend. But again, we don't think it's going to be a washout. In fact, we're even thinking Athens could remain rain-free during the game. And now there's a low risk that there could be an isolated shower at any time here during the day on Saturday. But we're really thinking that most of those showers will be more to the south of us and south of I-20. So the game is at 3:30 tomorrow on Saturday, but we know a lot of you will be tailgating around the lunchtime hour. Excuse me, I just sneezed. So sorry about that. And I was just thinking, I almost sneezed the other night, and I was able to hold it. But I was thinking, I really don't think I've ever sneezed in all of these years on air. I don't recall ever sneezing on air again, on air. There may have been a time way back when, but that's the first time in a long time. So forgive me for sneezing there. But take a look at this. You can see temperatures around 1 o'clock when a lot of people are going to be tailgating will be at 80 degrees. And then 3 o'clock, 81, 82 at 5 o'clock, 78 at 7 o'clock. Once the game will most likely be over by then. But it should be rain-free, just with that mixture of sunshine and clouds, a very low risk that we might see an isolated shower developing. Take a look at the almanac for today. We got warm. We got up to 86 degrees, and we were predicting temperatures to be a little bit warmer out there today. Our low this morning was 68. So both of these were a couple of degrees below the average. 88 is the average high for this time of year, so our high of 86 was 2 degrees below average. Average low for this time of year is 70, so that low this morning of 68, also 2 degrees below the average. And then you can see the records. We weren't anywhere near those records here. We're still watching the rainfall deficit grow a little bit. We're a little bit more than 1/3 of an inch below where we should be in rainfall for the year. Here's a look at when we saw those lowest and highest temperatures early this morning. That's when we were at about 68. That was at 7 o'clock this morning. And then look how we were seeing temperatures kind of fluctuating a little bit during the day. And that all had to do with when we had more sunshine and when more clouds were blocking out the sun at times. Then we would cool off a little bit. We went from 81 at lunch to 79 at 1, then more sunshine at 2 and 3 o'clock. So it was around 3 o'clock when we hit 85, and it was near that time frame too when we hit that 86 degree reading. Then we went back to 82 at 4, 84 at 5, and then cooling down a little bit more here for the evening. Right now we are in those mid 70s with still just a few of those clouds around. In fact, here's a look at the temperatures around Metro Atlanta and North Georgia. 75 here in town, 75 also in Gainesville. Pretty uniform temperatures all around due to the better coverage of clouds in spots, holding in some of the warmth. So we have low to mid 70s. We do have some of the 60s though in North Georgia. Now we start off tomorrow morning at 67. We may see a few more clouds to start in the morning, and then that mixture of sunshine and clouds during the day. We don't think it's going to be as warm tomorrow as it was today. Again, today was 86. We're thinking we'll be in the lower 80s at about 81 degrees tomorrow afternoon. And it's also going to be in those afternoon hours when we could see just a couple of those spotty showers around. Again, not widespread. Some of us will make it through the entire day without seeing any rain at all. but just know there could be a few of those spotty showers here and there. Here's the forecast track. Most of us are going to be dry out there for the rest of the nighttime hours. And then tomorrow morning, a few clouds here, and especially south and east of us. As you go more to the north, we'll see fewer clouds. Now, some north metro counties will have a few clouds mixing in with the sunshine, but then areas up in North Georgia, most likely when the sun rises tomorrow, you'll be seeing the sunshine right at the start of the day. Then at lunchtime, that mixture of sunshine and clouds here, beginning to watch here on the south side, the potential for a few just isolated showers to develop. And then in the afternoon, as we said, nothing really widespread, but just holding on to a few of those isolated showers that could pop up, and that higher chance is going to be in those areas down on the south side. And then on Sunday, another dry start to the day. Lunchtime looking good here, mixture of sunshine and clouds, and then some of those scattered showers developing. I think here in the metro area, we're going to be lower with the rain chances at about 30%, but then maybe up in North Georgia, a little better chance for some of those showers, especially there in far North Georgia. And then on Monday morning, Labor Day, waking up to some clouds, going into the afternoon, generally dry, only a 20% chance for a shower. Now, speaking of dry, this is the moisture map, the blue color to the north indicating where we have that really dry air. And then in metro Atlanta, it starts getting a little bit lighter, showing where we have some of a little bit more of that moisture. And then the thicker moisture well down to the south of us, or the more abundant moisture there, and that's where they have the better chance for some of those showers. So tomorrow, you see how that tries to push up to the north, giving us just a few of those isolated showers, but we really think the better coverage of rain is going to be on the south side. Then going into Sunday, still drier air, no real abundant moisture over us Sunday and into Monday. So Sunday, we've got the 30% chance for a shower. Monday, a 20% chance. Tuesday will also be a 20% chance for a shower. But once we get to the middle of the week, that's when we see another surge of moisture moving in, and that'll give us some higher rain chances. We think that'll go back up to about 40% on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, it tries to dry out a little bit, and then a little bit more by Friday. Also, with that drier air coming in Thursday and into Friday, it'll be another surge of cooler air too. So we're going to see our high temperatures really holding below average, morning lows and afternoon highs staying below average even into next week. Now here's where you see the impacts of that moisture rising a little bit. The dew points coming up Saturday, Sunday, a little drier Tuesday, and then the dew points coming back Wednesday and Thursday as those rain chances come back. But still not oppressive humidity, just a little more humid as that moisture moves on in here. And then this is how that's going to translate to some rain chances, with the higher rain chances here on Saturday at 40%, then a 30% chance Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, low rain chances, then back up to 40% on Wednesday as we see that next surge of moisture that'll be moving in. Here is the European model now. Earlier, this is the one that I was telling you that showed that we could have over 4 inches of rain here over the weekend, and we never really bought that. I was going with the drier scenario, and this is what it's saying right now. Between now and Monday, maybe a 1/10 of an inch here in Atlanta, and on the south side, those are the areas that'll have a little better chance for some of those better chances for some rain around. Maybe some spots on the south side, a 1/2 inch of rain or so. Temperatures, they're going to stay below the average for lows. Waking up, those morning temperatures still very comfortable in the 60s, and then the afternoon highs, that'll be still below average too. Average high for this time of year, 88, will be below that. The warmest we think will be on Sunday at 83. The rest of the days will be in those lower 80s. So enjoy here as we're going from the end of August now to the beginning of September. And we see that rain chance on Saturday at 40%, then Sunday 30%, a 20% chance for a shower Monday and Tuesday, then back to 40% on Wednesday, Thursday coming down to 30, and then drying out Friday. Next Friday looks great, mostly sunny skies, a low of 62, and then a high of 82 here in the afternoon hours. So not a bad week ahead. We're just going to be watching some of those ups and downs with those rain chances. The other thing that I think you'll like, the temperatures. We had below average temperatures this week. We're going to get through yet another week with below average temperatures each and every day. The morning temperatures will be in the 60s, and then afternoon highs will be in the 80s, generally lower 80s here throughout the period. And when you see these low temperatures in the lower 60s, remember that's for the city of Atlanta. That means that in the outlying areas it's going to be cooler, and we'll even have some of those mornings, especially next Friday, when we're going to see those morning temperatures that are going to be in the 50s in the suburbs. So we hope that you had a great week. And we hope that you have a great long weekend as well. We'll have another update for you tonight at 11 o'clock on 11 Alive News here on 11 Alive Plus, and then other updates throughout the weekend as well. And you can always flip to Weather Impact 24/7 anytime for a look at radar, the computer models, and of course any other weather content that we put up here for you. So we hope you have a great night and a great weekend. We'll see you back here tonight at 11.